Hi there again. Last time we looked at decimals into fractions. Today we're going to do the other way around. We're going to look into fractions into decimals. Okay, there are basically two ways of doing this. The first way is to remember your column headings, which are tenths, hundredths and thousands, and we can convert a fraction into a tenth or a hundredth or a thousandth and then just write the decimal equivalent. For example, 1/2, well, how many tenths is that? Equivalent fraction, 2 times 5 is 10, so 1 times 5 is 5 tenths. So we've got 5 in the tenths column, so our decimal equivalent is 0.5. 17 twentieths. Right, what can we make that equivalent to? 10 100,000. Well, we can convert that into hundredths again by multiplying by 5. 20 times 5 is 100. 17 times 5 is 85 hundredths. And we know how to write that now as a decimal. 0.85. 5 in the hundredths column, 8 in the tenths column, 80 hundredths plus 5 hundredths, 85 hundredths. Here's another one, 36/48. Now if we look at this, we can see that 48 doesn't go into 10 or 100 or 1,000. So we need to convert it into something else first. What we can do, we can put it into lowest terms, or we can reduce it. So what goes into 36 and 48? Well, 12 is our highest denominator. How many 12s in 36? Is 3. So how many 12s in 48 is 4? Oh look, 3/4. We should know what that is, but if we're not sure, now we can convert it into 100. 4 times 25 is 100. 3 times 25 is 75/100, and we know that that is 0.75. We should know 3/4 anyway is 0.75. That's the first method. The second method is understanding what a fraction is. Now, a fraction, any fraction, that's for example 2/5, the numerator is 2 and the denominator is 5. That means 2 divided by 5. 2/5 means 2 divided by 5. Now obviously 5 doesn't go into 2, so we then have to go into some decimals. Okay, and then we do a normal division sum. How many 5s in 2? None. Don't forget our decimal point. 2 left over. How many 5s in 20 is 4? Don't need them. Our answer, 2/5, is the same as 0.4. That's how we did it. Now we could do that to method number 1. 2/5. How many tenths? It's 4 tenths. There we go. 4 in the tenths column, 0.4. And we get the answer much easier and quicker that way. But sometimes you have to use method 2 because you can't equate it to something like that. So let's have a look at one like that. If I said to you, what is 7/8 as a decimal? What is 7/8 as a decimal? Right, well, now 8 doesn't go into 100, so we can't equate it up to 100. So we've got to do a sum. It's 8 divided into 7, and we can put some zeros in. We can put as many as we want of them in, and we do a division sum. How many 8s in 7? 0. Remainder 7. Don't forget your decimal point. How many 8s in 70? Well, there's 8. Remainder 6. How many 8s in 60? 7. Remainder 4. How many 8s in 40? 5. And there we go. So 7/8 equals 0.875. That is actually quite a common fraction and decimal, which you should or hopefully be able to recite, learn off by heart. But if you can't, that's the way to do it. Let's do one more. If I said to you, how about 29 over 40? Okay, a little bit tricky. We could reduce that to 10, but we can't by dividing by 4. But we can't, 4 doesn't go into 29, so we can't do it that way. So 40 doesn't go into 100, so we'll have to do a division sum. How many 40s are there in 29? Okay, how many 40s in 2? Nothing, remainder 2. How many 40s in 29? So there's nothing, and we have to carry 29 over. How many 40s in 29? Same as saying how many 4s in 29. How many 40s in 290? The same as how many 4s in 29. It's 7. We've got 10 left over. How many 40s in 100? 2. And we've got 20 left over. How many 40s in 200? 5. So 29 40ths is the same. Decimal equivalent is 0.725. And that is how we convert fractions into decimals. Either equate them to a tenth, a hundredth or a thousandth. If you can't do that, you have to do a division sum. Divide the denominator into the numerator. Okay, have a go now at exercise 11.2.